So that seems to be the case for most of the companies. If they know that data is being lost, but they don't know what data has been lost.
Bueno, bienvenidos a todos. Estamos hoy en Chennai para grabar otro episodio de nuestro video podcast de ManageEngine ServerRoom. Y hoy tenemos el honor de poder conversar con Madhu, IT Security Specialist de ManageEngine, con 5 años de experiencia en ciberseguridad. Tiene conocimiento de todos los productos de CIEM y YAM, todas nuestras soluciones. Así que bueno, vamos a hablar un poco sobre algunos incidentes que hemos tenido de ciberseguridad este año. Welcome, Madhu. I'm really glad that I meet you. So we are really happy to have you here in the podcast of ManageEngine LATAM.
I'm happy to be here too, Gabriel. Hello.
Hello. Thanks. So, 2 days ago I shared with you an article that we wrote in LATAM about the data leak and some cases that we have. So we were thinking, okay, we want to have the Madhu opinion and what she think about this. Why this year we have so many of these cases of data leak? So we can first start talking about that, right?
Right. So I did go through the article. It's a very well-researched, a very well-written article. And what I find to be common across all the cases that were discussed in the article is that the companies seem to be unprepared. So one major reason for all the cases in 2024 would be lack of preparedness. So to start off with an example, if you talk about the Kaiser, which is a US health insurer, they have lost a lot of data, and it was an accidental data breach. And that was because they had forgotten to remove trackers from their websites, due to which a data got exposed. So that could have been totally avoided. So that is one example of lack of preparation. So going into another example, which would be MediSecure, who happened to be an Australian prescription writing company. So what happened in their case was one of their databases got compromised by an attacker. And what the attacker did was they encrypted the entire database. So 6.5 TB of data was exfiltrated as well as encrypted. So we know that there has been a data breach for a lot of data, but the organization has no idea as to what data was encrypted or what data was lost. So they're still working on it, they're still trying to find out. So when it comes to notifying the customers about the data breach, they have no idea as to who to notify. So they put up this generic message on the website saying one of their data servers has been hacked, so a data breach has occurred. So they don't know what is in that 6.5 TB worth of data. So that is again a very classic example of a lack of preparedness.
Yes, clearly they don't have a team and people expert in these things, right? I think probably.
Right. I mean, they do seem to have a team, but sometimes I think companies miss out on focusing on what needs to be protected. There's so much to do, and perhaps they miss out on things that need attention. So there's another case of say AT&T, which exposed about 110 million users of data. Yes. So the worst part about this attack with AT&T is they do not have any idea as to how it started, where from the data leak started, where from it happened. They have speculations sometimes, and sometimes with proof they talk about the stolen data was actually cached data from Snowflake, where they had some data stored with the data giant Snowflake. So they talk about that. But the problem is most of the companies do not have an idea as to where the data is getting leaked from, or how the data breach is even happening, or if the data breach has happened, and if they know what has happened, they don't know what data has been lost.
Okay, I understand. Wow, that's a problem.
Yes, indeed.
And so You think this year what will happen? You think that we will have more of these cases, or maybe these kind of cases start to reduce? What do you think? What will happen? I mean, I know that we can see the future, but maybe you have like an idea.
No, I think unfortunately this is only going to increase in 2025.
Oh,
definitely.
This is a possibility.
No, this is definitely not going to decrease in any way, because now we have AI. AI is going to impact all of this in a way. It has already impacted a lot of technology in ways that hasn't been foreseen.
Okay.
So the attackers also are going to leverage AI for their attacks.
Wow.
So we are going to see a lot of automation. So they're going to automate better. They're going to accelerate attacks better. They're going to the attacks are just going to get bigger and better in terms of, which is not good for us, obviously.
Wow. So, well, the next question is, I mean, we are ManageEngine, we are an IT company, and we have a lot of security solutions. So, how do you think we can help to all these people that is suffering with these attacks? How we can help these companies with our solutions?
So, if you take a solution-centric approach, I have like 4 points in mind, 4 ways in which we can totally help with data breaches.
Okay.
So the first thing is we need to, going by all the attacks that have happened in 2024, we need to locate where sensitive data is. So that is one thing. Only if we know where sensitive data is, we'll be able to secure that particular server. So that seems to be the case for most of the companies. They know that data is being lost, but they don't know what data has been lost, right? So, so the first step would be to locate all the sensitive data, be it social security numbers, or be it credit card information, or financial statements, or anything that you classify as sensitive for your environment. So ManageEngine Data Security Plus can help you locate all of that in your environment, on your file servers and your databases.
Okay.
So that's point number one.
Yes, it's important. I know sometimes I forget to do that, and yes, normally people have passwords in the desktop of the computer.
Total no.
In a text, in a notepad, or yes, wrong, very wrong.
Right, of course. And the second step would be to then, once we have located all the sensitive data, would be to secure this server, this place where the sensitive data is located.
Okay.
So how we can go about that is enforce multi-factor authentication.
Wow.
So we cannot emphasize on how important multi-factor authentication is enough. We can just talk about it the whole day, and it will still not be enough.
Yes.
So the attackers might have gotten hold of your credentials in some way or the other, but if you have multiple layers to your to authentication itself, then your data has more layers of protection. So enforcing multi-factor authentication would be a very crucial step.
Yes, we in LATAM we wrote a lot about multi-factor, and a lot of people is interested in this. So I think that maybe next year small companies will also start to use this, right?
Yes, of course, I totally agree with you. Everybody needs multi-factor authentication. Doesn't matter how big your company is, how small your company is. If you have critical data servers, you need to have multi-factor authentication to provide access to anyone in the organization.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a trend. It's something that now is totally normal. In the past, we used to wrote this multi-factor like a trend, like AI, but now it's something that is like a classic.
That is so true. That is so true. And the third point would be to review all the permissions on that particular server and database. So you need to periodically keep checking in who has access to what and what level of access.
Okay.
So this is also very, very important, because it'll help you implement POLP.
Okay.
Right? You don't want anyone or everyone to have access to your environment. So if it is not necessary, they shouldn't have access, which is essentially what principle of least privilege is.
Yes.
Right? So you need to keep reviewing all of these permissions periodically especially on your critical servers, critical data servers. So both multi-factor authentication and review of permissions and access privileges can be checked in with AD360. With AD Self Service Plus and AD Manager Plus respectively.
Yes.
So AD360 can help you with that.
Okay. I know that AD Self Service is really a nice tool for these kind of things. Yes, our profile is big. We have a lot of solutions, so I think we can do a good promotion in LATAM about all these tools that we have in order to win the battle, right?
Yes, that's true. I agree with you. My fourth point is actually about that. You cannot stop these people. They're going to do what they're going to do anyway. So what we can do is prevention. We can do our best to prevent. Better be safe than sorry.
Yes.
Right. So the fourth point is, of course, monitor all of these. Monitor the logs on your critical data servers. Keep checking in as to what's happening there, who is accessing what, and when there is alert to suspicious activity, like if there is a random installation that's occurring on your critical data server, it could be a malicious payload. So keep checking in the logs of your servers, keep monitoring it. So with that, Log360 can help.
Okay.
So we have the two big suites that can actually help with data breaches. Data Security Plus, AD360, Log360, and the subcomponents, of course.
Okay, yes. We have a lot of tools to help these companies. I hope this year our marketing team we will start to push and to promote more all our tools in the website, in the social media channels, so people can easily find this. And now we have a big office in Colombia, so now the company is in the region with employees and with an office, so
with an amazing team. I must say,
with a team. Thanks. So it will be a challenge, but I think that we are in the way. So yes, thanks for all your help, for all your suggestions. Okay, anytime you can go to Colombia to visit us,
I'd love to. Thank you.
We will love that. So thanks so much for your presence here in our LATAM podcast.
Thank you so much, Gabriel.
Thank you. Bueno, gracias a todos. Esto fue la entrevista con Madhu, la IT Security Specialist de ManageEngine, transmitiendo desde acá, desde Chennai. Gracias a todos por participar y nos vemos en el próximo episodio. Muchas gracias.